Aries. This is going to be your October 2019 reading. I believe October 11th there is a full moon. And I did mention in some of my other videos some other astrological notes for you. I am not an astrologer, but I like to give you guys some notes for the month. Those are in some of the other videos. I apologize, I don't have my notes in front of me. These two cards popped out when I was doing the pre-shuffle, so we're going to leave them here. We'll let them be little surprise cards for us. Aries, this month, what I am doing for the readings is Tower coming out in a lot of the readings, probably the past 3, 4, Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio, if that means anything to you. They were really guidance readings, so I had talked about in August how I thought the last half of 2019 was going to be a little rough and perhaps a little dark. So really these readings are meant to guide you and try to get the best out of you. You can plug it in wherever you want: love, finance, romance, business. If something really pops up, we'll cover it, but otherwise this is really meant to guide you. So, Aries, we see some big things on the board. Let's not get nervous. I'm here for you. Don't panic. I'm here. I know right away we're seeing the Tower. We're seeing death. We're seeing the 3 of Swords. Don't panic. It matters what's around it. It matters what order they're in, and it matters what we see after. So, you know what I'm seeing? So many readers, and I want to be careful about what I say. I think every reader has a different style, and I think that can be beautiful, but also some readers are newer than others, and I get a little bit nervous about how they read. So I'll leave it at that. Aries. Some of you are having a rough year. Oh, my little roses. Lot of things being uprooted in your world. And you are just looking for a little bit of rest. A little bit. You get one thing settled over here, pops up over here. It's settled over there, pops up over here. There's just no, it's like that whack-a-mole game. Remember that game? Now, I have to address it because it's coming up here and here. It's big breakups, separations for some of you, which creates this turning of the wheel. Of course, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, but it also, there's a sort of starting and stopping, so you feel like your world is going, it's either hurtling at 90 miles an hour, and then you get these breaks in between where it's almost like excruciating. There's nothing happening. And so you're trying to fill it with work and things like that. Now, I want to just get some things clear here because they look a little funny to me. So I'm going to pull this down here, Aries, because you've got some things on the board that look a little... Some of you may have had some losses in your family this year. and they were big. Some of you may be dealing with estates. Some of you may have changed positions in your own family, the sort of passing of the torch. And this puts you in a different position. Now, for some of you, and again, I've been giving examples in the reading, so let's just say you were a young member of the family, but now you are going to college. So again, that's sort of a moving through the cycles. You're not a very young person anymore, you're now an adult. Of course, if you lost a member of the family and an estate has moved around, you may be the matriarch or the patriarch of the family now, the one who everyone looks to, which is a very big situation, because you are now controlling the get-togethers. You're in a position financially where people may look to you for guidance. It just may be a very unique circumstance. And even though this may have happened earlier on or at some other point in the year, you may be feeling the weight of all of this now. Sometimes when things happen, you don't, feel it initially. But there's something happening here that is not quite okay. There may be some people around you who are jealous, some people who do not approve of your decisions. They don't like the way you're doing it. And there may be some pushback, maybe even, so there may be a split here where people are taking sides. And there are people that have known you for a long time. They love you very much. They may feel like you have changed now a bit with this period of growth in your life, and quite frankly, you probably have, because there's no way you can go through big changes like that and stay the same. So that's okay. This World card came up quite a bit again for Libra, Virgo, I think for Aquarius, whatever that may mean to you, Scorpio. But again, the World card in this instance is a little bit different. This is about the circle of life coming around. Again, you have Taurus, you have Leo, Aquarius. So in this instance, this is that completion. We're children, we grow up, our parents watch after us, and now you are the watcher in the family. And people may not agree with your methods so much. So this is for some of the Aries. Let's come down here, because this is the next base of the reading here. So to connect these two, for some people this may be heartbreaking. This may feel like a stab in the back. Your behavior may feel unjust to them. The Justice card here in reverse. They may feel like they were robbed of some legacy. There may be a lot of fighting. They may feel like they have the ability to do it better. In other instances, this reading is a bit different. In terms of, the basic things on the board. You're talking about jealousy, someone else being given a position that maybe they felt entitled to but did not get, and heartbreak. So that's what you're talking about here. You can apply that anywhere you want. This is third party, because someone here felt that they were entitled to something, someone else got it, and they're upset. These were two people, they look like younger people, or people with young energy, fighting over something. Fighting over something. We even have two and the energy looks masculine to feminine, but that could, again. But it looks like two men fighting over a woman. Wow. This is how, okay, Aries, so we have two men fighting over a woman, but even potentially one of those men could have even been having an affair with a younger man. And that younger man, let's just say he had a lot of options. Oh, yeah, he had a lot of options. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. So, again, I think this is problematic for Aries, because there are just a lot of people. You have a lot of people who want a lot of things, and Aries, your role in all of this is you are being passed a big task, a big change in life. And not everybody's going to like the way you do it. That's the bottom line. Some of you may have even been making a choice to leave your traditional family lives for a new way of living, and people they do not approve. You may have had a very traditional family life, and you're deciding to leave that for a way of life that is a bit more new age, or a new way of thinking, and people that have a more traditional way of thinking do not approve. They don't understand. They're like, what are you doing? What is this? And so, or this may have been a chain of events. After you were given this big responsibility, it may have opened you up to a whole new way of thinking, and you may have been like, you know what, I finally feel free to open my life in other ways, and I really want to stop putting on this show, and I think I'm going to really go the whole distance. And this may have set people on fire. They may have been like, wow, we can't have somebody heading our family that has this type of a lifestyle. And this is a really, whoever this reading is for, it's complicated. Aries, I just want to tell you it's complicated. There are people surrounding you that really want to control you. The good news, Aries, is you're not having any of it. I don't see any intimidation here. I don't see you feeling... I mean, you're like ready to roll. There is a theme, though, around romance, and that does look a bit tricky. I mean, it looks really complicated. Aries, down here, there were two people fighting over one person, but one of the people that was doing the fighting had a lover on the side. And then that lover on the side was like whooping it up. So this is, it's soap opera style. Aries, this is, I feel this is a lot of energy. Whatever you have going on, there are so many people. This is so complicated. You simplify, Aries, simplify. You are constantly in this position where you are trying to think, it's like a chess game. You're thinking like 3 moves ahead. You know, it's like a battle situation. You know. But side note, Aries, some good-looking people. Some good-looking people. Definitely some same-sex couples, which, you know, but I think the problem is I think you have some people that don't, in your family that are like, no. The Tower coming up again. It came up right here. It's coming upside down over here, over the World card. So again, I think what's happening is, for some of you, this may not have been something that everybody in your world knew about, but you're either ready to talk about it or it's coming out anyway, and that's it. But this is rippling out. It's rippling out. Did we have... There's justice here, but I felt like that came up over here. I just hear chatter, so much chatter, Aries, just people, everyone, there's so many people that are upset and they all want to be heard, but no one is coming to sit at the table peacefully, and everybody is emotionally wound up, and no one is at a place yet where they're ready to heal or calm down. I think for Sagittarius, that there was something in their reading about waiting things out. Aries, you may have to do the same thing. You may just have to keep going through your business, your day-to-day, and just wait. And as for the partners or the people that are involved here at the base of this reading, that's very complicated, because there's a lot of arguing surrounding that. There's a lot of arguing. They don't look like healthy relationships. That's the problem. It's not what it is, it's the nature of the people involved. These do not look like people that are healthy or whole or that are capable of having nurturing relationships right now. That's the problem. Yeah, there's so many arguments here, so many, that's difficult. High Priestess coming up again, but, you know, there's so much arguing in between there, Aries. Judgment coming up again. But even your judgment, Aries, is really, you really are, there's just so much of it everywhere. someone isn't putting all of their cards on the table. They have something, they have a little bit of an agenda there. They feel like they either have trust issues or like they have, been burned. There's just a lot. There's a lot here, Aries. You may just have to let everything cool down before you can even approach this. This is not even a matter of, one person where you can maybe build a bridge of communication. This is a lot of people. This is an explosion of activity. And there's no way that you can get in there as one person and try to corral all of these people. And I just said that to Scorpio, there's no way that, no, I'm sorry, I said it to Libra. There's no way as one person you can go in and battle whole groups of people like that. It can't be done. So it's okay to just let something cool off for a while. Yeah, these are people with very, very specific old ways of thinking. This is a complete storm of people that are they really want to snap back with their ideas, and it's nice that you're trying to, hold a light for them, through the darkness, or hold that candle in the darkness, but these are ideas that are very old, old within their family, old within, they're really deep-rooted, and I just don't think, Aries, you're going to force these people out of these ideas. Yeah, it's too, you may be thinking about trying to show them the error of their ways, or trying to point things out to them, and it's not going to work like that. It's a nice thought, it's a nice sentiment, but it's just not. Like that siren in the background, it is just, it's just an emergency sort of thing with this thinking, and you don't have the medical team, Aries. Just let it go. But also, Aries, regarding your own relationships, some of what sparked this in the first place, I would rethink that as well. I would find new people to engage with, people that can support you in your new journey. If you're in a position where you are finding your way through your own situations, and your friends and family are struggling, if everyone around you is struggling, it may be time to take some time for yourself. And, if you're feeling like you're ready for some support, you need to find it elsewhere. This is not the circle of people. Let them figure, your journey is not someone else's journey, and if your journey is upsetting people, they have to figure that out for themselves. It's really not your problem to address their struggle with your journey. It just isn't. They'll have to figure that out for themselves, and they'll have to figure out that it's really not their business. So we have some gossip. We have some domineering men, but they're into the gossip. You know, this will all work out, Aries. It'll work out. But you really need to, like I said, anchor in, find that support, find that stability. Let these people figure out that your journey is not their business, and that if you've been gifted this new place in the family or elsewhere, that's it. It was gifted to you for a reason. You have the lobster. That's about, you know, it's about hanging on. Oh, Aries, you have the angel card. Someone is watching over you. You know, someone that's already passed on, which is what we talked about in the beginning of the reading. Oh, that's so sweet. Ah, you have a family tree. You know, that's about mind, body, and soul. You know, like you may need some time, Aries, to find your way on this new path. You know, and you have the child. That's about renewal. It's also about feeling small, though, and insignificant. And, you know, that's where you may be on this new journey. But hold on, Aries. Just hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. Make your small steps. You know, the people that you typically looked for support before, I mean, it's an old habit, but maybe you can, you know, you may have to find new people as you become new. You know? And that can be hard. And it's always hard when people that we cared for, that we were involved with, don't approve of how we're doing things. Nobody likes to be rejected or anything like that, but, you know, sometimes that's what we have to do. You have the Yes card. You have forgiveness. You know, whether you forgive them or whether you're waiting for them to forgive you, you cannot force that process. You know, and if there is no forgiveness there, then maybe there won't be. Aries, it's okay. It's not the right time. Aries, this is not the right time for you to try to get all these people in the same room and have a party. It just isn't, it's not going to happen right now. But it doesn't mean it will never happen, or it doesn't mean that you will not get to the point where you will feel fine about it. Like, you know, I don't care what you think anymore. So Aries, this was your reading. You will be okay, I promise. Just hang in there. Hang in there like this little lobster. Let that be your little thought on your shoulder as you move through this process. If you like this reading, you can subscribe. You can hit the like button or leave a little comment. Find a little lobster emoji. Is there a little lobster emoji? And we will come back in November and see how you're doing. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.